Finally, the Battlebots Pregame Show with Macho has come back to Twitch.tv. Today, we're going to talk about all things Macho and all things Battlebots. Ooh, we got a hell of an episode to talk about that was this week, and an episode to talk about that's going to be on this week. This week, our guest is the wonderful Krusty. Kristen, how are you doing? Tell everyone through the video scope how you're doing while Macho gets some music playing on.
Hey everybody, welcome. Happy Thursday. Let's go. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Let me know if you can't.
Yeah. Alright. What is up, everyone? Today, we're gonna talk about some BattleBots fights. Kristen, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, first of all, I want to welcome everyone. Welcome to the show. I hope you all stay. If you're from Krusty's stream, welcome. If you're from Krusty's community, welcome. If you're just from weeks past, welcome. Everyone, welcome. Now, let's talk about some BattleBots. Streamlabs isn't working, so who cares? Alright, Kristen, are you ready to talk about some BattleBots?
Yes, I am.
Alright. So, the first fight that we had last week is Yeti and Mad Catter. Mad Catter came out with a big W. Now, Kristen, you know Macho doesn't claim to know everything. But Macho knows everything. The spirit animal of Macho, Martin Mason, came in with a game plan. And that game plan was to attack and spin faster than Yeti, and Mad Catter laid the smack down on Yeti, kicking his robot to the corner of Bukester Street and Jabroni Avenue. Mad Catter looks strong and buff, oiled up machine, and you know why? Because Macho said so. Mad Catter got robbed from the selection committee last year, and now has a giant chip on its shoulder and a giant spinning disc ready to lay down the punishment. Macho believes in you. Martin Mason, if you're looking at me through the video scope, look at me. Macho is channeling his Macho energy into you. Use it to take the giant nut this year, Mad Mason. Mad Catter, Mad Mason, it's all the same. Mad Catter all the way, let's go. Kristen, what are your thoughts on this match?
Well, even though you put that in the most macho way possible, I am right there with you. Heck yes, Mad Catter. Woohoo! We both picked them, so of course we were right. Hair flip. We were nervous because they had that off-center vertical spinner. Weren't sure how that was gonna work, but it worked. They made it work, and they dominated. And Yeti's a veteran bot that they just shredded. It was pretty impressive. So let's go, Mad Catter. Hopefully the selection committee doesn't rob him of a crappy seed this year.
True. Yeah, Yeti came in with a new bot, and it got tossed around like a rag doll. Mad Catter came in with a gigantic vertical disc spinner, the biggest vertical disc spinner I think I've ever seen. That thing was massive, and my goodness, it showed Mad Catter looking strong. Okay. Kristen, you ready to go on to the next fight? Because I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yes,
All right,
I'm ready.
Let's go. Let's go. Fight number 2 features Krusty's, our featured guest, favorite bot, Ribot, and Defender. Now, Macho doesn't claim to know everything. Right, Kristen? Right?
Right.
But Macho knows everything! Ribot came in with the vertical disc because they claimed they couldn't get through Defender's forks. Well, for a bot named Defender, its defenses came apart like the Pittsburgh Steelers defense against the Chiefs in the playoffs. Its defenses were so weak that its forks looked like a peeled banana. Macho can't be too hard on Defender, as it's a new bot with some kinks to work out. But if a control bot can't control the base of the match, then it's got some big issues. Ribot looking strong, Ribot with a big W because Macho said it was gonna win. Kristen, what were your thoughts on this match?
Same thoughts again. We were very like-minded last week with our picks. Obviously, I knew Ribot was going to come in and just shred. it's kind of hard to come in as a rookie bot like Defender did, because ultimately there's always going to be some issue that they don't know about until they're in that box. And Defenders is just, it's defense, unfortunately. It's part of the name. So hopefully they can fix that, get some better armor configured there for their next match.
True, yeah. I was surprised it wasn't a single wedge, but 4 individual forks. I thought that was a bit strange.
Forks are never good.
Yeah, those suckers came right they came right off.
They came right off. It's like a wax strip.
It was like if you think about it, it was like the most humble brag in BattleBots history. Ribot came in, they were like, ooh, I don't think we're gonna make it through their forks. They look pretty sturdy. And then they just completely destroyed them.
Shred them. Oops, sorry.
Alright. Let's keep moving. Just like the song. We're gonna keep moving! Alright. We got Hijinks over by Macho. And the monstrous Mammoth over by Kristen. Now, when Mammoth is in the battle box, it's always must-see TV. But, Kristen. Macho doesn't claim to know everything. But Macho knows everything!
Except for this fight, Macho, because I'm pretty sure you picked Hijinks and they lost, remember?
I stand corrected. Oh well, Hijinks did lose the match, making Macho 1 step below perfection, which is not possible. Macho was perfect in every single conceivable way. Perfection is imperfection, imperfection is perfection, nothing matters and everything matters, the sky is blue and so is the ocean. No context needed. Mammoth did play this match perfectly, as it is basically the bot equivalent to you sticking your outstretched hand on a small child as they're like trying to attack you and they can't reach you while they're swinging their arms around. Mammoth did it. It is something accustomed, as it is the perfect physical specimen. Just like Macho is, Mammoth played it perfectly to get a big W, just like Macho said. Just kidding, Macho got this one wrong. Or did he? Yes, he did. Better watch out for Mammoth, because I don't think a single bot matches up well against him. Kristen, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I feel like Mammoth, their redesign on that weapon has made them close to indestructible. Obviously, if there was a way for them to protect their wheels better, they really would be just invincible. I didn't know how this new weapon was going to work out. It's obviously like kind of bendy the way most of Huge's body is made, but it just flung Hijinks. Literally came in there and said, "Not today, Hijinks," and then yeeted them into the stratosphere. It was great. I loved it. I love Mammoth.
That's true. Now, Hijinks' wheel... Can we talk about Hijinks' wheel, how it just straight up fell off? It didn't get hit off. It just fell off. I don't know what that's about. I can't remember the driver's name, or the team, captain's name, but man, she was pissed. She was pissed. Her death stare could burn holes in your back. Oh my goodness. You would not want to cross her. They probably got screamed at after this match. She was not a happy camper. That's for sure.
Yeah, that stare was the stare of a killer.
Alright. So, Mammoth came out with a big victory. Mammoth is scary. There's no way you can match up well against Mammoth. We'll see where it goes. Alright. We're gonna keep moving to the next fight. Ooh, this one was a doozy. Now, Macho doesn't claim to know everything, but Macho knows everything! This fight could have easily been mistaken for a main event, as it had everything you wanted in a fight. Carnage, fire, more fire, explosions, and fire. Ooh. Kristen, did you know that Victor Soto has a medical practice? Victor Soto, the driver of Rotator?
Oh, that's wild.
Ooh, yes. So, Kraken had an appointment with him at about 9 p.m. Eastern on Discovery Channel last Thursday because he put on an absolute clinic on how to win a BattleBots fight. Kraken's appointment was a dental and chiropractic appointment, as the spinner of Rotator got a real nice look at Kraken's teeth as it sent them flying across the box. Ooh, and the spinner also got a good look at Kraken's back as it damn near chopped it into 2 pieces. Rotator with a come from behind victory. Rotator was losing at the start of the match. Rotator came back, adjusted itself, dusted itself off, came back and laid the smack it down. Whew. Rotator with the big W. Rotator, gonna be a scary bot. Kristen, what are your thoughts on this match?
Honestly, I might have to make an appointment with Victor because, I can always use a good almost decapitation. Helps with the stress, Because that's what Kraken got. In the past, Kraken's been pretty aggressive and able to control the matches, even though their weapon is more grappling than hitting. But they just did not stand a chance against Rotator. Hot damn, and their poor little narwhal mini bot just got ripped to shreds. Sad, but kind of great to watch.
Yes, Kraken's got a lot of repairs to do, I find it amazing that bot didn't chop up into 2 huge pieces, because it must have damn near been close. It looked like a single, strut was holding that thing together. Oh my goodness. Rotator with a beatdown. Okay. Kristen, you ready for the next fight?
Yes.
Let's keep it moving. Alright.
Steve.
Now, Macho doesn't claim to know everything. But Macho knows everything! But this time, Macho's a little sad that he knows everything. Because our boy, our man, Rusty, quite literally got tossed around the battle box in this one. Blip comes in with a very coolly, that's a new word that Macho just invented right now, a coolly designed flipper.
I love it.
It is called a flywheel flipper, as it has this tiny wheel that basically spins a bunch of cables together to generate tension, and then it releases the flipper. Very cool design, no hydraulics or pneumatics. And boy howdy did it put on a showing with our boy Rusty, as Rusty damn near got sent to the stratosphere. Did not stand much of a chance against Blip. Man, Rusty, it's gonna be rough. Blip looking strong for a new bot. Arguably the best new bot we've seen so far. Blip gonna be a powerhouse. Gonna be a powerhouse in that flipper. And with the new upper deck, I think that Blip stands a chance of being a decent bot. Kristen, what do you think?
Yeah, Blip is, we weren't sure, because, we're pretty picky about our flipper bots, Macho and I, but, Blip did not disappoint, and honestly, it's kind of like a trebuchet, right? Their mechanism.
Yes.
It's so cool. Ideally, you could almost build this at home, like a mini version, maybe, if I tried. But, yeah, I'm always sad. I know that Rusty's gonna lose, but it hurts my soul to see his little popcorn bowl head get donked in, like it did, but, Rusty's number 1 in our hearts, and
yes, always
in the bracket, unfortunately.
Can we talk about that combo that Blip had? Blip flipped Rusty up, and then it came down with the hammer in the corner while it was in the air. That was wild.
Perfectly timed.
Perfectly timed combo.
So sad.
Yes. So there is another flipper, but Krusty, remind me what that bot's name is? I can't. Krusty, can you remember what that bot's name was?
What is your name?
I told you
it doesn't matter
what your name is! Get out of this VC, Krusty. It's not time for you yet. Get out of here. All right. Kristen, you ready to go on?
Her.
I meant for her to do it in chat. Anyways, we're going on to the next fight. Ooh. Tantrum, another adorable face, and Malice with the flat ass. Macho doesn't claim to know everything. But Macho knows everything. Tantrum came in with a new team. Same bot, new team. Tantrum looked like it didn't even skip a beat. After its Final Four appearance, Tantrum is about to be feared. And it looks like that Final Four appearance was not a fluke. Malice, on the other hand, did fix its as Amber would put it, its flat ass problem with a pointy ass. A pointy ass that damn near cost itself the match as it legitimately got stuck in the wall of the battle box. What was that about? That would have been the most tragic way to lose a Battlebots fight I think I've ever seen. Besides, like, there was a fight in the first season where the bot, it was a full body spinner, and the bot spun so fast that literally the batteries flew out of it. Maybe it would have tied that one. Now, Malice came out with a weapon called the Rolling Blackout. Well, Kristen, it for sure was a blackout, but I don't think they wanted it to be the type of blackout that a frat bro has at the first night football game of the season after he pre-gamed too hard. Because this blackout for that weapon blacked out after the first hit, rendering Malice basically useless. Tantrum looks strong in this match. Man, Malice got a lot to work on. Rolling Blackout, man, it's smart, and the tournament's gonna be blacked out if it doesn't fix itself. Kristen, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Malice really needs to go back to the drawing board on that whole rolling blackout weapon that they hyped up. She was like, oh, we got this great new weapon. It's so badass. It's the rolling blackout. But more like a sloppy blackout. Just one punch, and then he rolled down the hill and passed out. Unfortunately. Tantrum came out with our favorite little tiny hands. Hands are too little for the burger, which we all love. Love Tantrum, love his little hands. And he dominated like we expected. Honestly, Tantrum's an underrated bot because he is so small, but they're very good at controlling the match, even when they aren't throwing punches every 2 seconds.
Its weapon continually surprises me with the amount of damage it can do. It is so tiny, it looks like it can't do anything. But man, that thing will spin up, it has it against the wall, bam, it throws the punch, and the other bot goes flying. It's incredible. I do not understand how they get that much power out of that tiny little drum.
It's like a glorified hair curler, and yet could knock me out. Like, I don't know.
True. Okay, now, let's talk about the main event last week. The main event was Bloodsport, over by me, and Whiplash, over by Kristen. Now, Macho doesn't claim to know everything, but Macho knows everything! Once again, Macho predicted everything perfectly in this fight. Whiplash came out with the Ultra Mega Wedge configuration that I've never seen before, but it didn't come out with its vertical disc spinner like Macho predicted, and it made sure that Bloodsport didn't do anything. Bloodsport looked like a big fat jabroni. It couldn't do anything. Granted, its weapon didn't break, but it didn't do... Well, I take that back. I almost said it didn't do anything, but it did do a number on that wedge of Whiplash. It was pretty close to taking it off, but it didn't. And because of that, it got tossed up onto the upper deck like a bukester, and it got counted out as it could not flip itself over. Whiplash looking strong to try to follow up its runner-up performance in the tournament last year. Kristen, what do you think?
Yes, just yes to all of that. I mean, Matty Vasquez, I say it every time he's on the episode. He's one of my favorite drivers to watch. He never disappoints in his driving skill, his skill of aggression, and just like maneuvering the box, even though it's new to everyone this year. He already used the upper deck to his advantage and knocked someone out up there, which was just, it was great to see that. Bloodsport, I think, had a little bit of a blow to their ego, since they did pretty well last year. They held their own for a while, and then first match, season 2021/22, and they lost. So hopefully they can lick their wounds and come back. But Whiplash, obviously they were second place, runner-ups to the Big Nut. I'm hoping they get their Big Nut this year. Giant Nut, whatever it is. It's a giant nut, but I like to say big nut.
Maybe you got the big nut as a runner-up trophy.
Yeah, maybe it's like giant nut, big nut, normal size nut.
That is right. Okay, so that was a wonderful, perfectly recapped of the episode last week. Now, we're gonna bring on our guest, the wonderful Krusty. Alright, Krusty, come on in. I believe this should work. No. You sent me the wrong link. Krusty, are you there?
Hello, yes, I am here.
You're
Hey.
You sent me the wrong
Oh
link.
yeah, I did send you the wrong link. Don't worry about that. That's just because, you know, I come fashionably late. You mispronounced my name. You know that it is Krusty Champion. How dare you?
I'll be the judge of that.
Sure it's not Krusty Champion?
Oh, you're right, you're right. It is very
Oh, there we go.
accented.
Why is this not?
Yeah, come on, Macho. I sent it the right way the first time. The heck?
You're very low res. You're low res again.
While we're fixing this, chat, well,
How
if you
dare
were with
you.
us last week, what was your favorite fight?
I don't understand why this isn't. There
Well,
you are.
didn't all take
there
joy
you
in
are.
Wesley getting murdered.
Okay. All right. Krusty is here
Hey.
sporting her colors. Krusty, why don't you give us a little, rundown on your getup.
So last year, Ribbot, was robbed by the judges because, when a bot catches on fire, and one does not catch on fire, you'd imagine that the bot that doesn't catch on fire would win, but, judges have a different view, I guess. So Ribbot was robbed last year from the championship, and it's really messed up. And so, yeah, I'm here to support Ribbot.
Perfect.
I love it.
Perfect. Now that
And you wear
bot,
those hats.
the bot that won the match on fire is fighting tonight. That bot was
They are.
Black Dragon.
My gosh, I didn't even realize that. Oh
It
my
was. It's the same bot. It's the same bot.
god. I'm so angry.
Hopefully you didn't pick them to win.
I did not. I just checked it. They're gonna lose. They're going down.
All right. So, Krusty, why don't you give a little introduction to yourself? Chat through the video scope what you do, how you do it, where you do it.
My name is Krusty CH, aka Champion. Champion now, my bad. I stream random games. I like to do karaoke and support Ribbot with my whole life. So, and yeah.
Beautiful. What a beautiful romance we have developing in front of our eyes. Okay.
Made beautiful art for Ribbot already. Do you
Beautiful.
remember that stream?
Does
Other
Ribbot
than
know that
buff
you love them?
Ribbot.
Oh,
I tweeted-
yes,
I
you're
tweeted at
right.
them.
Yes.
You're right. Yes. Yeah, if you can find that, you can probably put it. Well, I don't know if it's transparent. Anyways, okay.
No, it's not.
All right. Let's keep going. All right, Krusty, are you ready to talk about some BattleBots?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So this is how it's gonna work. We're gonna have Kristen talk first. We're gonna have you talk next, and then Macho. So Kristen, go ahead. Then Krusty, then Macho. Kristen, go ahead. We got Hypershock and Slam-Ow. What are your thoughts, Kristen?
All right, so for those of you that don't know, we got Hypershock behind Macho and Slam-Ow behind me. Slam-Ow got a complete makeover this year. Complete. They were like white with some lime green last year, and this is like sick. I don't know, it looks good. I like it. Like the colors. But I still think they're gonna lose, unfortunately. I am picking Whiplash as the winner here because hopefully
Who?
And by whiplash, I mean hyper shock. Do that every time.
You can't do this to me on my show,
Forgive
Kristen.
me.
This is our show.
Forgive me.
We gotta be professionals. It's unbelievable.
You know what? Sometimes Kristen gets confused by colors, okay? And whiplash and hypershock are the same color. And what I meant was hypershock every time. My bad. Anyways, hypershock is who I am picking to win and beat Slamow. Because even if they get like Slamowed, like suplexed a little bit, they'll be fine. They're good to go. I still think that they can rule this match.
Nice.
Hypershock, whiplash.
All right, Krusty, what are your thoughts on this match? Who do you think's gonna win between Slamow and Hypershock?
I'm glad you asked. I think Slamo's gonna win because, it won't last very long if it doesn't have great durability, so I think it is going to get super slammed into the upper deck. That is, Hypershock will be super slammed into the upper deck.
Whoa. A super slam. Interesting. All right. Krusty, going with Slamow. Now, Hypershock is always a bot with big aspirations, but it never quite lives up to them. Macho never knows that feeling because Macho exceeds every expectation ever set upon him. I think today Slamow will be outmaneuvered by Hypershock, and Hypershock will get a big W to start the season the Macho way with a win. But I do think someone will end up on the upper deck. I don't know if it will be Hypershock or if it will be Slamow. Someone will be up on the upper deck. But Macho is going with Hypershock and Will Bales. Starting off the season the Macho way with a victory. He is quite a character.
Just a gorgeous human. Really. Good looking guy.
All right. Going on to fight number 2, we got Valkyrie and we got P1. Kristen, what are your thoughts on this match?
Okay, well, honestly, 2 decent bots. P1, they did pretty well last year, and then just for some reason weren't in the tournament because selection committee smoked hella crack before they selected bots. That's really the only explanation there. But I think Valkyrie's gonna come out with the win here just because they're little spinners. They have several that they interchange. They're pretty powerful. And we've seen Valkyrie go up against Rotator before. I don't know if you guys remember that match. It might have been a couple years ago, so.
That was last year.
Is it last year? Yeah. And that was like the most epic fight. It was just driving and hitting and driving and hitting, and neither bot died really until the very end. So I really feel like Valkyrie has the chutzpah to survive. Even if P1 kind of drives them around a little bit, throws them up on the upper deck, they'll be fine.
Okay. Now, Krusty. We got P1 over by Kristen, Valkyrie over by Macho. Who do you think's gonna win this match and why?
That is an easy one. It's gonna be Valkyrie because there's no way that P1 is going to get under Valkyrie. Like the spinner's gonna bash P1 before it's even able to flip anything. The only P in this fight is going to be after the bathroom break during the inevitable commercial. Just kidding, they got rid of commercials.
Hope you guys have strong bladders.
So, Krusty, going to Valkyrie. Interesting. Now, P1 is a very unique design, just like Macho. Now, while P1 isn't a buff VTuber like Macho, it still is different. But I think that P1 will wish that bot is a bit more buff like Macho is when it goes against that deadly horizontal spinner of Valkyrie. That spinner is the real deal because we all know that Macho doesn't claim to know everything, but Macho knows everything, and Macho is using his big, massive buff, wrinkly brain to see into the future right now. And he sees a P1 that is beat to a pulp in the box from that horizontal spinner, Valkyrie, with a big W because Macho said so. Okay, you guys ready to move on to the next fight?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, the next fight, we got Huge and Riptide. Kristen, take it away.
I just keep getting that Riptide song stuck in my head every time. Baby, running down to the Riptide. You're welcome. But, anyways, Riptide's got an interesting minimalist approach to their bot. They basically just got a giant egg beater spinner, some writing mechanisms, wheels, frame, and not much else. So I don't think they're going to do too well against Huge, because they don't have a ton of armor. And I also think the egg beater, it might be better against a bot with rubber wheels, because then they can get up against those wheels, shred them up. Not so much against Huge, so I'm picking Huge.
Good decision. Krusty, who do you think is going to win this match and why?
I think it's going to be Riptide, because they're gonna go egg beater to blade. I think. I don't think they're gonna go for the wheels. They're gonna go straight up for the weapon, and Huge is not gonna be able to do anything. And we're gonna have a close match, I think. And it'll go to the judges, and it won't be unanimous. That's my prediction. Huge
So
is going to be a huge disappointment in this fight.
Ooh, interesting. Interesting and bold prediction from Krusty. It's an incorrect prediction, but
No.
we'll see. Now,
We'll see.
this is the kind of match that Huge salivates at the mouth for. Huge is built to get over the top of its opponents and lay hits down with that huge bar spinner. Just like Macho would get on the top rope and lay down a massive elbow. With Riptide being a new bot, I think Huge is gonna feast upon this bot and lay the smacker down with a commanding victory. The complete opposite of what Krusty said, because she is incorrect. Macho's always correct. Macho knows everything. Whew. You guys ready to go on to the next fight?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. You're saying.
I'm excited about this next one.
All right.
Oh no.
We got Fusion and Cobalt. Kristen, take it away. Who's gonna win this one and why?
All right. I feel like we're gonna be split decision on this one. Maybe, not sure. But I'm picking Cobalt. Cobalt missed last year, but they have been in previous years, and they're back. And honestly, their spinner is pretty impressive. And just look at that thing. Look at it. I would not want to run into it. No, thank you. I would lose a whole foot at least. I think they can actually drive, whereas Fusion kind of with their fusion of weapons, really they can't drive too well. They get hit just the right way and they hurt themselves. So, going with Cobalt.
Interesting. All right, Krusty, who do you think's gonna win this one and why?
Are you ready for this one?
We're ready.
Think that Fusion is going to win. Do you know why? Because they're sponsored by Uttergun.
Oh, no.
No, Christy, was that you that discovered it?
It was. It was. Yes.
If you're sponsored by Uttergun, you just gotta be good. You gotta be good. Hydra's
Yeah.
good. Fusion's good. We love Hydra. Hydra, oh my god. And I think it's going to be pretty close, whatever the outcome is, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Fusion, because you can't lose when you're sponsored by Uttergun.
Now, Kristen, remind me how many wins that other team has that's sponsored by Uttergun.
I want to say 0.
0! So, Krusty, what you mean is, if you're sponsored by Uttergun, you always lose. That's what it means.
No. There's a potential to win. This is only the first.
Okay, now, Macho is very excited to see Cobalt back in the fray, as its spinner is a little different as it doesn't just hit, it shreds and tears into anything that it hits. Now, because it's on the top, it guarantees that bot will be sent sky high if it gets hit. Now, Fusion is probably tied in Macho's head with the all-time dumbest Battlebots design he's ever seen with Deep 6. Fusion has combusted into flames on multiple occasions. And last time Macho checked, a bot can't win a fight when it's on fire, unless it's against Ribot. Just kidding, Krusty, I love you. Now, I'm going to go with Cobalt with a strong victory. Strong victory. I can't put faith in the Fusion because it cannot drive. It cannot turn because there is so much energy in those weapons. There's so much gyroscopic stability that it just can't drive, and I can almost guarantee you it will combust into flames. Going with Cobalt. Alright. You guys ready for the next one?
Yeah!
Alright. We got Black Dragon. And one of Macho's personal favorites that's back, Ice Wave. Kristen, take it away!
All right, Krusty, this is your nemesis here, Black Dragon. They were the one that did controversially win a fight last year whilst being on fire. But Ice Wave, guys, you don't even know. Ice Wave is lit. Macho and I love Ice Wave. We love the same bots. It's fine. But Ice Wave is just a beefy boy, and I am so excited that they are back. I think it's going to be an interesting matchup against Black Dragon, who is arguably indestructible, since they still won a match even though they were on fire. So honestly, this match, I hope, is going to be exceptional. Just great fighting, great driving, epic hits. I hope someone goes flying. I don't even care who at this point, but I am going to pick Ice Wave just because I'm so excited they're back.
Yes, Ice Wave. Krusty, who do you think's gonna win? Even though I think I already know who you picked. But go ahead.
Yep. Let's go, Ice Wave, baby! I think Black Dragon's gonna be kept at a distance by Ice Wave Spinner. So I think Ice Wave's gonna be the only one getting in damage, and Black Dragon is about to be set on fire once again. And you better get your jackets on, cause Ice Wave is sweeping through.
I love this.
Damn!
We're making Farouk have a run for
The
his money.
puns are strong.
Ghost Rider,
it.
just like
Love
Farouk.
it.
Don't worry.
Alright,
Yes.
now, Black Dragon has a proven record and almost has zero weaknesses as a bot. Ice Wave, on the other hand, has been gone for several years and has many weaknesses, like it not being able to work upside down and can't flip itself over. But Ice Wave has one thing going for it: a loud gas engine, baby. Ice Wave is like Macho's old GTI. It doesn't do a lot of things that it probably should be able to, but it's loud and sounds amazing. Ice Wave for the win. Ice Wave has a gas engine powering its spinner, making it basically a remote-controlled death lawnmower. That's right, a lawnmower in the Battlebots. I cannot wait to see it again. Ice Wave for the big dub, even though Macho is pretty nervous about the upper deck being used against it. But we shall see. Okay. You guys ready for the next fight?
100%.
Alright, we got Witch Doctor and Duck. Kristen, take it away.
This was such a hard match to pick, just because I love both of these bots. Duck is adorable. I can't wait for you guys to see them in action. They're just adorable. It's a duck, obviously. But Witch Doctor, they had a rough season. Their weapon kept breaking last year. So this year, I think they're coming for the win. Need some redemption to feel good again. So I'm picking Witch Doctor to win this fight just because they have an actual powerful weapon, whereas Duck really just has their driving skill and try to control the match. I don't think they're going to get the upper hand here. Upper bill. if you will.
Upper Bill.
Yo. All right. So, Kristen, going with Duck. Kristen.
No, going with Witch Doctor.
Yes, Macho clearly is paying attention. Macho's never made a mistake in his life. He's making sure Kristen's staying on her toes. Krusty, who are you picking?
That Upper Bill is going to the upper deck. I'm picking Duck!
Nice.
Duck. Who doesn't want Duck to win? You're crazy if you think you don't want Duck to win. I think it's going to be a super close fight with Witch Doctor narrowly losing to a judge's vote. They're going to last the full 3 minutes in flames. Very specific outcome. And I say Duck win.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
Fantastic.
Right. Now, Witch Doctor is a scary bot, and deservedly so, as it's a favorite to win almost every year. Last year, its weapon kept breaking and throwing it off. This year will be different, however. Duck is a rock-solid bot built to take punishment, but I think it's designed to take on more big energy, big weapon spinners like Tombstone and Ice Wave. Witch Doctor isn't really like that with its quick spinning disc. Macho knows the Doctor will pull a win out right here, yes. Witch Doctor for the win, even though I'm very glad to see Duck back, and it does actually quack. And I'm excited for everyone to see it. Alright. Now, we got the main event. The main event! Are you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah!
The main event! We got Copperhead over by me. We got Lockjaw over by Kristen. Kristen, who do you think's gonna win this one and why?
Another hard matchup to pick, honestly. Two good bots. You know, like Donald Hudson of Lockjaw, he could drive circles around most bots. But I honestly think Copperhead's gonna win here. Just because that spinner, and I hope we see Copperhead versus Ice Wave just so we can hear those two spinners against each other. Because Copperhead sounds like a freaking helicopter when it starts up. It's crazy. So unfortunately, I think that Lockjaw's gonna lose. They're gonna get those hits to the forks, maybe kind of throw off their driving, and their tires are known to shred. So go Copperhead.
Copperhead. Interesting. Krusty, who? Alright.
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, we're back! We never left! Never mistakes on this show. Everything is calculated. It was all a work. You guys all fell for it. I can't believe it. Alright, Krusty.
I've been practicing this for weeks, honestly.
Krusty, who do you think's gonna win this main event? And why?
You ready? It's gonna be Copperhead.
Ooh. Why?
I don't think it's gonna be close. I think Copperhead knocked out Lockjaw in the first 10 seconds because one hit, baby. That's all. Endurance means nothing when your weapon's so powerful.
Damn. Those are strong words. They're wrong, but they are strong words nevertheless. Okay, so as we all know, Macho has many talents. Some of them being the Macho champion of the VTubers. Macho just is. Holding the most VTuber clout. Macho does that. Being able to not get canceled. Macho can't be canceled. Rugged good looks. Having his own Battlebots Pregame Show on his channel. And being an extremely talented artist. Speaking of which, you guys can check out my most recent fan art. Go retweet it if you like it. Macho's just unbelievably talented. Now, but one talent that Macho has that you may not know about is Macho can see into the future. Now, you may think that might be too much power for one to have, but don't worry. Macho is like Nick Cage in the masterpiece movie Next, when he could see 90 seconds into the future and somehow saves the world. But unlike Nick Cage, Macho can predict BattleBots fights. And with this unbelievable power that the buff gods have bestowed upon me, Macho has come to this conclusion. The conclusion that Donald Hudson is gonna kick some ass and win this fight, yeah! If you don't think that Macho can read minds and predict the future of BattleBots, you can take that opinion, tie it up in a knot, chew it up, spit it out, turn that son sideways, and stick it straight up your candy ass! Lockjaw with the victory. That's a guarantee. Guarantee it. Whew. Okay, now chat. This is where you come in. We're gonna do a prediction. Let Macho set it up. Give me a second.
Macho, just ignore me and Krusty in your chat.
Yeah, don't look at that. Don't worry about that.
Bet your baby oil. Will Macho be right or wrong? That's really all we need to know.
Yeah, for real. I can't wait.